Of course, there will be this site that is very interesting that is just opposite the Hillian Mall. That is subject to detailed planning. So of course, it is a light blue zoning, meaning that this will be probably another mixed development. Could it be a possible integrated development? Though we haven't seen any two integrated developments in one MRT station together.
That would be very exciting.
But but from the looks of the exit of the MRT station,
it could be.
It could be. So it will be interesting in that sense. So of course that will definitely set the new land record pricing for that area. So this will be something that owners who buy into Arden can look forward to. Of course, with the Tengah transformation in that area, the Jurong Lake District transformation that is also quite nearby.
Right. I just want to share with you. Okay, so I have a friend who stay in this cluster. You come down to the multi-story car park. Immediately, there's a link bridge to the community club, and then you sign. There's a swimming pool inside.
Nice.
And it's linked to the Bukit Panjang Plaza as well. So.
And you still have the Pang Sua Pond.
Pang Sua. It's not Pang Sua. Yeah, that's a large pond.
Very lame, oh.
And actually, right, Bukit Panjang MRT station is not the terminal station for downtown line.
Okay.
In future, that will also extend all the way up towards Sungai Kadut. And I don't know whether it even connect all the way towards the JB side. Yeah, because from the JB Central, you know, that is where they will connect towards here, I guess.
Okay, we need to talk about the pricing because this is basically the level of competition around this area. Of course, there's one project that was a highlight a couple of years back. We actually talked about this a lot during our training where we're trying to analyze the Bukit Panjang area because that time we were trying to find some of the freeholds that are very underpriced. In fact, till today, I still think that linear is underpriced because probably a lack of transactions, small developments, but just have a look at the PSF. Oh my goodness. Linear. Okay, but anyway, what do you all think will be the launch price? Looking at Botany at about 2000, 2001, what do you think will be the launch price? And what price will you launch if you were to be the developer?
I think
great question.
They might want to have a bit of disparity between the launch price here, and I think they might take reference from Botany.
Okay, based on the PPR, what is the break-even?
1,001 PSF.
Yeah,
you should be able to.
How much did they bid the land for? $600 over.
Yeah, $630 per square foot per plot ratio, which is lower than some of the
extremely cheap
land plots in terms of the bidding.
So how much will you launch?
If I'm the developer, to maximize my saleability as well as my profit margin, I would be inclined to launch it at around 1,750 per square feet.
The break even probably will be about 1,003 plus minus 1,002.
What do you mean? The break even is 1,000 really.
1,000.
1,001 dollars.
George, how much you would launch? So you launch at 1,750.
Because EC are already averaging 1,003 plus per square feet.
Right.
That's
EC,
number one.
Yes.
The latest launch, Phoenix Residences, averaged 1,005 plus per square feet. Of course, the tail end of the transaction, the median pricing is closer to 1,006 PSF. So use that as a benchmark. Hillian Mall has the highest. The Hillian has the highest PSF transacted at 1,007 plus PSF. But of course, Hillian is very interesting because it's a project that only has mainly 1 and 2 bedrooms. And only the top level, they combine a few units. So it's like a 5-bedder.
Right, yeah. I think in terms of the backdrop, right, just something to take note is that they have until 2025 November to sell all the units. They have a bit of extension that goes all the way until November 2025. So from now until November 2025, that means they have 2.5 years to sell out all the units. I don't think it will be an issue, given that it is rather a small unit. And yeah, I think 1,007 to 1,008, they will still want to make sure that there's a bit of disparity between what they can find at Botany. And I think given this entry price, this could well be one of the lowest, if not the lowest
in the whole of
price,
2023.
Yeah, for the new launch market.
Right.
In terms of pricing wise, of course, in the surrounding land plots, of course, we have the Hillview land site that was sold at about 1,000 per square feet per plot ratio. And we have another one that is beside Reserve Residences near Beauty World MRT. It was sold at 1,003 per square foot per plot ratio.
Right.
So
the developer already have advantage of a low entry cost.
So the developer. So one concern of potential buyers would be that if you enter this project as a first mover advantage and assume that the performance not do well. So the developer actually has the leeway to sell the future units at sort of like a lower pricing to move the sales. So this is one potential thing to consider as well. It really, of course, it depends on the launch price, because we have seen when developers have high profit margin when they first launch and the sales don't do well, they might reduce price for the remaining units.
So what you're saying is that, are you saying that there's a little bit of caution right here in the sense that maybe in the first wave, if somebody were to buy at 1,007 plus, there might be a risk?
Yeah, there's a risk. But generally, when it comes to new launches, I will always be cautious in the sense that like I will always want to compare the launch price versus the break-even price. Yeah. So if there is too much profit margin
To play around with.
And if the climate is not in a very, very bullish kind of climate, I might put myself in a position that might not be so favorable down the road.
Right. So to sum it up, what Euron was mentioning is that if a developer after break even is at about 1,001, compared to a developer after break even is at 1,005, and this developer is launching at a certain X margin, but this developer has so much margin to play with, there might be a chance that they can bring down at a discount level to complete the unit without being taxed the ABSD, because all developers in Singapore, they have a final date that they have to sell out before they are taxed at the ABSD on the balance units unsold.